Okay, we're now live on YouTube as well. That's great. Shouldn't be laggy this time, so let's hop back in to see us. God damn. Hopefully that's a lag. Hopefully that's all of it.
Let's roll. Let's go, my brother.
Shit look like a normal hand, I can't lie. It's just extra soft. Yeah, no scar. It's like it just absorbed the fluid, and then eventually like it was like saggy skin that was like real soft, and then like I had to wash my hand or some shit, and when I had to wash my hand, like it just came off, but like bit by bit, piece by piece, because I ain't pop it. If I would have popped that bitch, I probably would have had like a big ass scar. I mean, it's a little like, yeah, actually, it don't even look different. At first, it used to be like a little redder, or like a little lighter.
Let's roll.
Scar be reward if we get hurt. Hell yeah. Just got a scar on my wrist the other day. Might have to injure myself again, get a dope scar. No, I've injured myself.
Let's roll.
I've had too many broken bones and like things of that nature. Gotta be to work at 12 tomorrow, so let's just hope that I get an adequate amount of sleep. Went over to my friend's house after work and had to wash the fights. And like the fights don't end till like double headshot. And the fights don't end till like didn't end till like 1:30, I think. They ended at like 1. They ended at like 1, but I didn't get home till like 1:45. Or did it start at 1? I don't know. Molly lost, sad.
11-0.
But that was kind of expected, I'm not gonna lie.
Where are we going? B? Alright, B it is. Let's go A, fuck it.
Yeah, let's not.
Shit, at least I got one. At least I got one of them. Better than none. Did I just lag again? Bro, why the fuck? It might be CS. It might be CS. Am I laggy without CS? Like out of nowhere, like over the past week or two, like CS been making my stream laggy. I don't think it updated either. It gotta be CS. Shit. It's fucked up. Fuck it. It's been a minute. Is it the W animation? In a sense, it's not an animation. It's a picture. It's a picture slideshow. Like this is the animation. That's the animation. But that's just a picture slideshow. Yeah, I don't know. It probably CS. Cause CS used to be like too much for my old PC to even handle to begin with. Like I try to load in and I'd load in like maybe like fucking 4 minutes after like everybody else. And then they'd kick me for inactivity every time almost. And then sometimes I'd get in and I'd get lucky. Wasn't I further than this?
This story is a metaphor for climbing the corporate ladder. And you may be thinking that the rollerblades are a little goofy. But just last year, people were selling other people's digital copies of monkeys to try and get ahead. So, rollerblades are really not that far-fetched.
Fuck that nigga, I
And who
bought an
doesn't like
NFT.
a little speed in their life? So, rollerblades it is. But just remember that everyone struggles to get job interviews, so try not to get too discouraged. Good luck.
Nah, it asked me to do something. I really didn't read, to be honest. I might have clicked, to be honest, I might have clicked new game. Oh yeah, I clicked new games at a load. Hopefully it didn't restart me from the very beginning because I clicked. Oh, okay. 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 Yeah, I pressed new game at the very beginning on accident, and apparently that just restarted fucking everything, and it didn't ask me, it didn't say are you sure or any. Actually, it might have did say are you sure. It probably did say are you sure. I just clicked some shit. I wasn't even paying attention. Oh, I guess back to the easy shit. Yeah, my timer completely restarted. No 6 hours or 8 hours or anything like that. Over here going crazy. Pause. From luck? Hell no, I was goated last time. What is you talking about? Last time I also wasn't as good at the controller as I am now.
Fun fact, the average American applies for 40 jobs before they get a single interview. That's real.
Dude, did he think that I needed to know that fact or that I wanted to know that fact? Like, why the fuck did he tell me that? I'm gonna report him to HR. We gotta get him fired. That's discriminatory. Oh, please. Yes, 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 yes. Yes, 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 yes. Fuck. We're just fucking hitting everything today, I guess. Oh, I held the grab button. Hell yeah. It could have been like, it could have like quadruple check, like, are you sure? Then maybe I would have read it, but like, I guess that's what I get for not reading. You don't think I'm gonna get as far as I did before? I don't think so either. Hopefully I do. But it's not very likely. Especially with the way things are going right now. Not very likely. Making you jump back is insane. No. Light work. Too easy. Oh, pushing it gonna take forever.
The Grind Set.
Welcome back to The Grind Set, the only business-minded podcast that gets you real results. This is episode 69. Question:
What's up, Chaz?
what's the one thing that'll get you a job guaranteed?
Answer: a clean resume.
Let's get serious. Only sheep make resumes.
Cowards.
Hear me out. Rollerblades.
Love it.
Your employer needs to know that you care about speed.
Yes.
About
At least I got the
efficiency.
podcast.
King.
They need to know you're willing to risk it all for the job. And we're going to tell you all about it in our 5-step course. But first, the hottest new technique to get you that job promotion you deserve. Extortion? Right after this break. Don't go anywhere.
Unfortunately, the company doesn't accept resumes, so you have to go back
Y'all
and
like
enter
starting
all
people
your
for
resume
jobs?
info into their online form.
What the fuck did I just hit? What about getting over it? I gripped. I gripped when I should have grabbed. Apparently, I forgot about getting over it is.
Oh.
15 minutes is crazy. Where the fuck am I at? It's great. I love that. I'm about to give up. I'm about to give up all fucking ready. Can't even get out of the fucking parking lot. I wish. I wish it was before 2 hours. Well, um, Far Cry, fuck it. I'm tired as fuck. I am tired as fuck. Oh, I thought you meant the game that we was playing now. I mean that game that we was just playing. What was 5 months ago? I could damn near fall asleep in my chair on stream. Got an hour and I think we got like an hour to go. We was live for like 30 minutes, 25 minutes when I stopped the other one. My bad. That must have been a minute ago. What the fuck am I doing? Am I about to have to fight a whole big? They about to see me and go crazy, aren't they? Oh. Shit, I closed chat on accident. Oh my fucking god, bro. Control escape is gonna have to be like the worst thing because I can't duck down and look at the map at the same time. 700 meters I gotta cross without dying. Where's the exit at? A fucking knife explodes his helmet, but my bullets from point blank does shit. Okay. Bro, how do I get through here? I need to see them. What the fuck? They just came with a belt. Where the fuck they even get a rocket launcher from? Can they afford that? Where the fuck am I getting sniped from? They gotta be on the roof. I might just have to fast travel and then what's it called? Might just have to fast travel and then come back this way. It's hard as shit for me to get out of there. Where can I travel to though? Ain't nowhere fucking close. I mean, I guess I can fast travel to the house. That'd make things a lot easier. Oh, shit.
No sign of trouble.
Where am I going?
All clear.
Call my car right quick.
Grabbing a ride.
Who the fuck is he blowing at?
No one walked in Yara. Here you go, guerrilla.
Why would you drop it all so far from me? Fuck wrong with him? Tomorrow's game 2 of the finals. That shit. I probably won't be able to watch it. Actually, I go into work at 12 tomorrow, and we get off at 11. I doubt they make me work a 11-hour shift, but if they do, I'm not gonna complain. Laura. We're here.
Esperanza School for the Lost. Full circle, eh, Clara?
God damn, I should have parked the car right here. She in the back.
What do you want?
Bitch, shut up. Ask me what I want. Starts at 8. Yeah, I'll probably be able to watch it there.
you doing? It's my papa's. I borrowed it. Ya tú sabes. I'm done, Talia. No more secret meetings. No more protests. No more friends that just disappear. He's too strong.
So you're gonna just march into the Capitolio and put Daddy's gun to Castillo's head?
No. I'm going to build an army.
Okay.
And then I'm going to put Castillo in the ground. Come with me. You don't think I can do it? I've seen this, Talia. I've dreamed it.
My mama used to tell me, save the dreams for the rich, fair-skinned Yarans. Us, we don't get to dream. We survive. You're not going to free Yara by killing Castillo, rich girl. You have to convince Yara it wants to be free. For all of us.
Clara. Clara. Wanna tell me why you dragged me back to my old orphanage?
He's losing, Danny.
Who the fuck is he?
Soon we march on the Capitolio. And now, Castillo wants to meet.
You're kidding, right?
I want to know what you think. You've been face to
Who wants
face.
to meet?
I think Castillo's always
It's
losing
crazy
his
as
head.
fuck.
And he's not going to stop unless we put a bullet in his skull.
And then what? We kill his kid too? You had your chance. Why didn't you do it? Juan had solid
She
intel
talking her
there was a
shit.
Castillo up in that hotel. He just had the wrong one. You let his kid live. And then Castillo lets you walk away from a death sentence.
W.
But the thing is, Danny, you were right. If Yara is going to have a future, his people, our people, we need to coexist. And the point was never to kill Castillo. It was to free Yara. For all of us.
You had already made up your mind, hadn't you? Yara
Of course she
needs
did.
a leader, Clara. Not a martyr.
The fuck is a martyr?
Viva
Like a
Libertad,
dictator?
Danny.
I guess we libertad or whatever the fuck that means. Hey, we got the pistol.
What do you got?
Castillo's army captured one of ours.
Who's
They're
this?
being held at La Divinidad Cathedral. Free the church and save our guerrilla.
Thanks a million.
Orphan 13. The McDonald's app dumb as fuck. The McDonald's app used to have a deal. Used to have all the deals. But I realize it's like the more you use the McDonald's app, the better the deals get. My bad. Last time I used the McDonald's app, it didn't have all that shit.
Hey, holster that weapon. You hear me? Stupid people.
How the fuck did he survive? Where the fuck did him and his crusty ass dog run off to? Hey, what the fuck? That's his fault for walking up on me. That's the dog's fault. I'm not using this shit ever again. You raise for $2 off. $2 off for 2 years of your life. $2 off just from the app is kind of crazy. I ain't gonna lie. Like you should have saved at least like 5 or some shit, but then again, I don't know what you got.
Special forces. Go.
Hell no, yeah, that's just not annoying.
Person? This can't be happening. No.
Fuck you mean though? Did he think I was about to kill him? Fuck a snitch. $300 away. $300 away, just pushing through the slums of wherever the fuck we at. See what's down here. The fuck? Wait, yep. Fuck. I didn't even mean to. What's that noise? Oh my god. Raising Cane's is open 24/7. At me, they close. I wonder if they open 24/7 by me. Cause I know they close late, but what if they open 24/7 by me? Nope. Not at all. They open at 10 and they close at 2. Open at 10 a.m., close at 2 a.m. Yeah, it is kind of crazy they close late, huh? Technically, I'm not on the streets. I'm in the air, so they can't even complain, right?
Cuidado, alguien está aquí. Vamos. Tenemos que encontrar quién ¡Coño! Nadie me jode.
Shit. Well, got home at like 3 a.m. with Canes. Yeah, that probably would explain it. Be right back. I'll be right back. And I went to use the bathroom in there and blow my nose, and then my fucking dog had to use the bathroom. And so now he's outside.
Here.
What happened? How did they know where I was at? Tell me I can't jump over the fucking edge. Bad job.
Better watch my step. Mierda.
No, please, no!
You're welcome.
This can't be happening. No!
Fuck, where are you at? How the fuck? How the fuck do I get? Well, that sucks. Why the fuck can't I use my wingsuit or my fucking parachute? Like, that don't make sense. Yeah, fuck that. I'll be right back. I'm just gonna let my dog get this. I want to keep fucking dying continuously over and over and over and shit.
Okay. Gun for Danny.
Yara's future is in good hands. For if I am el presidente, you are el presidente.
By order of Presidente Anton Castillo, Esperanza is under direct control of the military. recordatorio de los protectores de la patria. Hay que reportar cualquier acto sospechoso a los PDP inmediatamente. Un verdadero Yara ejerce solidez y vigilancia para
Alguien está aquí.
¡Dame tu ventura!
For your protection, Esperanza has been placed under the jurisdiction of the FND. Tengan cuidado de opiniones disfrazadas como la verdad. Los yaranos falsos y terroristas intentan debilitar a nuestro país con sus ideas venenosas.
How the fuck am I supposed to get out of here? So it's just being chased. Oh my fucking god. Shot me through a fucking wall. Made my way back to the top. Dicks up. That's bullshit. That's bullshit. No, that's bullshit. I should be able to use my parachute in here.
Fuck, I'm innocent.
Slapping my people is crazy. Oh my god, they're fucking everywhere.
Don't get up.
Bitch, I got up. Nobody coming. Bro, come the fuck on. I press Z. I press Z. And probably pressed it as like the last bullet was flying out of his gun. That's killing me. Oh, fuck it, it don't matter. Where we get out of that? Bro, that's weird. It did it the wrong way. I was supposed to jump and then touch the building on the side and then I could like fall down. But why couldn't I move right there? I was just like stuck in one spot. There you go. What the fuck are all of y'all doing out here together in a group? Oh my, get out of the phone. Get out of the phone. Should I switch the controller? I honestly think it's just because I'm so tired that like, I honestly don't even know. I'm so tired I can't even think of a fucking excuse. To be honest. So how it worked the other time, y'all just saw it work, but that time it don't want to fucking work.
We'll find who is responsible.
Heal. 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 Honestly, y'all, this shit pissing me off. I don't feel like saying fuck stream. Got to work in the morning and shit. Senior. Why they got my people's face down? You're welcome. That's fucked up. They had them just face down, standing over them with a gun. They mask is so powerful. How is that one little piece of fucking plastic so strong? You shoot them in the back of the head or some shit though, they die fucking instantly. Okay, I did not mean to fucking do that. That's great. Okay, just being searched. I'm just gonna put my shit away. Now I'm gonna try to walk past like nothing's happening. I'm just a normal person. Okay, apparently it's not possible to be a normal person either.
Eyes up, Danny.
Yeah, we're going to it every game. I'm not gonna lie. Far Cry is not it tonight. CS is making my stream laggy for some random fucking reason. We've been playing a lot of RP. They have been having the issues though. Fuck it, we could just run a little bit of RP for now. Just run a tiny bit of RP. It's been like what, 2 days since we've been on? 2, 3 days. John Bates RP episode 4. How'd y'all days go? How'd y'all days go today? Did y'all catch the fights? Almost finished loading up. Almost finished. We're almost finished. That's copyright. Game is at 60% or 59% loading. Finna go hop in this bitch, drive the Jag around the street. Go sell some blues. All types of shit. %, 87, 8, 7. Loading the add-on files. Almost there. I should have bought an energy drink or some shit. I really should have. My bad. Where the fuck is my car? Is shit gonna be at? Last time I remember, I think we was next to the gas station or some shit. I don't know. About 4 a.m. 3:46. And we're hopping in RP as John Bates. Spawned me at the PD because I already know my car probably got repossessed. I ended up saying the last job that we did, we didn't get paid for, but it's cool. It's cool. It wasn't the people that we did it with, they also didn't get paid. Damn, is RP making a stream laggy too? I'm not gonna lie, it might be because I didn't let my PC rest. I just straight restarted it after it's been on for like 20-some hours. I didn't let it rest at all. No vehicles in this location. Where the fuck is my V at? There ain't no vehicles in the location. Personal vehicles, garage, apartments. Okay, well, guess we're still in cars.
This is
Matter of fact, like this shit is making the stream like I really don't even want to play this shit. If shit want to make stream like it's like I could just play this a different time. Like after my PC like cool down or some shit. This bitch is hot. Not gonna lie, it's hot. Tomorrow we just gonna have a long stream. To be honest, I'm gonna scroll, see if there's anything all year that's decent, and if it's not, then I'll just catch y'all tomorrow. I'm not gonna lie. Tired as fuck. Had a long day. And I got work in a few hours. So, well, not in a few hours, but like 8. And I still got, you know, obviously shit to do. Ate the world's best street food. God damn, she got goggles to cook.
Asking people who work at Audi what their car payment is. Montana, what car do you drive?
I have a 2021 Ram Rebel, a 2017 Audi S6, and a 2017 Corvette Z06.
What's your car payments?
For the Rebel, it's $11.59 a month. The Audi's $901, and the Corvette Z06 is $17.53 a month.
Good, Darren, what car do you drive?
God damn, what the fuck type of credit is that? What the fuck? That's like almost 4K a month. Actually, I didn't even do the math, to be honest. But that's like probably like what, almost 3K a month in car bills? Just the car notes. Only one that kind of closely makes sense is the fucking, what's it called? I can't think of the name. The Corvette. Five deadliest
Australia,
animals from
a
Australia.
land where literally everything is trying to kill you. This place is home to some of the deadliest animals alive today. But trust me, the ones that used to live there were so much worse. From giant lizards that would chase you down and crocodiles that hunted on land,
seen that thing.
Australia was completely feral. So today, I'm diving into 5 of the most dangerous animals that once ruled the land
was
down
from
under.
Jesse, wasn't it?
First up, something that is literally the stuff of nightmares. Imagine walking through the Aussie outback and coming face to face with a lizard the size of a delivery van. That's Megalania,
What the
Australia's
fuck?
giant land dragon. Megalania was an enormous species of monitor lizard that once roamed prehistoric Australia, the biggest terrestrial lizard to ever walk the earth. It lived during the Pleistocene, right alongside Australia's other megafauna and probably early Aboriginal Australians too. The last known fossils date back to around 50,000 years ago. And
Shit.
even though we've only found partial skeletons, we know some individuals were pushing insane sizes. Some were longer than a Toyota pickup truck, and with jaws lined with blade-shaped teeth, that is not something you want to creep up behind you in the Australian
No,
bush.
it is not.
Megalania was built like a tank, thick bones, massive muscles, and a skull that had a little ridge between the eyes. It was likely an ambush predator, feeding on giant
Damn.
marsupials like Diprotodon, as well as birds, reptiles, and maybe even eggs. And just like the Komodo dragon, it probably didn't need to chase prey far. One good bite and the venom would do the rest. That's right, it wasn't just teeth. Modern monitor lizards like the Komodo
Venom?
dragon have venom glands that release a cocktail
That shit
drops
crazy.
blood pressure. Megalania almost certainly had that too, which means it may have been the largest venomous vertebrate ever. So
Hell no, I'd be scared as
what
fuck.
happened to Megalania? Most likely, humans. As soon as Aboriginal people arrived on the continent, a wave of extinctions followed. Some researchers think Megalania just couldn't compete with a new apex predator, one that used fire, tools, and coordinated hunts. Here's the million-dollar question.
My bad, Joe.
What would happen if Megalania was still alive today? Well, let's just say Australia would be even more terrifying than it is already. Imagine stepping into the bush and worrying not just about venomous snakes and spiders, but a 20-foot-long venomous lizard waiting to pounce. It would easily be the apex predator of any dry forest. Would we survive it? Honestly,
probably not.
Yes, we always have. That's probably why it went extinct. But it would.
Okay, I thought he meant like a 1v1 battle, not like the whole human race versus what's it called?
Be a serious
Versus
threat to
their
livestock and potentially people. Our best shot would be keeping them in national parks or remote wilderness areas, and boy, would it be cool to see them. If you thought Megalania was insane, just wait until you meet a massive crocodile that actually was fully terrestrial, the Quincana. Quincana wasn't your average crocodile. This thing didn't just lurk in the water waiting to ambush prey. It literally chased prey down on land.
Oh,
We're talking
shit.
about a land croc, a hardcore predator with serrated knife-like teeth, a deep skull and legs that possibly held its body high like a Komodo dragon. Some individuals might have reached 10 feet long and weighed over 450 pounds, but there are hints of much bigger ones out there, maybe even rivaling the size of saltwater crocs. And unlike modern crocs that stick to rivers and swamps, Quincana might have been built for dry forests and woodlands. Fossils have been found far from permanent water sources. Even its body shape tells the story. Short, deep snout, forward-facing nostrils, and legs that were possibly upright instead of sprawled. That's totally different from today's flat, water-bound crocs. Some scientists think it hunted more like a big cat than a crocodile, ambushing marsupial megafauna on land. With those zyphodon teeth, sharp, curved, and serrated like a steak knife, it could tear through flesh with terrifying ease. And here's what's even wilder. It shared its world with Thylacoleo, which we're talking about next, Megalania, and giant kangaroos. In fact, it might have even competed with Thylacoleo for food. That's just nuts. A land croc going head-to-head with a marsupial lion. Now, imagine if Quincana was still alive today. Crocs that hunted on land, maybe even sprinting at you through dry scrublands in the outback. You wouldn't just be watching the water. You'd be checking behind every tree, every bush, and every shrub. In modern Australia, Quincana would be a serious problem. Trying to go for a hike if you couldn't climb a tree would honestly be a death wish. Humans wouldn't be safe out in the Australian bush, even more so than now. So camping in Queensland would be a heck of a lot more terrifying than when we do it. Hey guys, I just want to take a break from this video to let you know two predators to ever walk the continent. It's known as the marsupial lion, but this thing wasn't just a lion in name. It had the pound-for-pound strongest bite of any mammal ever discovered. That includes lions, tigers, you name it. It was the strongest. It looked nothing like a cat, though. Instead, imagine sort of a wombat crossed with a panther, but built like a tank. Fully grown, Thylacoleo carnifex could weigh up to 350 pounds and stand about 2.5 feet tall to shoulder. So it was big, thick, but not very tall. It didn't have canines. Instead, its incisors were huge and dagger-like, and behind them were bladed premolars that acted like scissors. One bite could crush a trachea or sever a spinal cord. It didn't need a long chase or a prolonged fight, just 1 pound and lights out. Fossils from the Nullarbor and claw marks in caves suggest it used them as dens, raising young deep inside the rock. So what happened? Just like with Megalania, it probably didn't survive the arrival of humans. The last remains date back about 40,000 years, right around when Aboriginal Australians were spreading across the continent. Thylacoleo wasn't fast, but it was so powerful. Still, it probably couldn't compete with fire, spears, and strategic hunting. Just like that, the marsupial lion disappeared. If it were still alive today, 1, I would love it, and 2, it'd be one of the deadliest ambush predators in the entire world. Imagine something the size of a big cat with the bite force of a crocodile lurking in the gum trees. That's the stuff of Aboriginal nightmares. But it was real, and honestly, I wish I could have seen one. So Australia didn't just have house-sized Komodo dragons, giant land crocs, and marsupial lions. It had land pythons so big that they could swallow a person whole. The Bluff Downs giant python was a monster snake, Australia's biggest. Stretched out, it was nearly 30 feet of cold-blooded muscle, longer than most buses and on par with the biggest reticulated pythons and green anacondas alive today. But this one wasn't slithering through the Amazon or swamps in Southeast Asia. It was cruising through prehistoric Queensland during the Pliocene, and based on fossil finds, it was the top snake around. Nothing else even came close. Its name, Liasis dubu dingala, literally translates to ghost squeezer in the local language.
What the fuck?
And honestly, that fits. This was a silent, crushing predator.
Ghost
Probably
squeezer.
used heat-sensitive pits like modern pythons to track down warm-blooded prey. And once it locked on, game over. Just a full-body death grip that ended its prey fast and squeezed the life out of it. What's even crazier is this thing didn't just snack on lizards or rodents, it lived alongside some serious megafauna, and given the dense forest around Bluff Downs, the area the fossils were located, it may have also been a skilled climber, ambushing birds or arboreal marsupials from the trees as well as from the ground. So what happened, may you ask? Why isn't something this massive still around today? Well, the changing climate is mainly to blame. But unlike some of our other species in this list, the last of them likely disappeared millions of years ago, long before humans ever set foot on the continent of Australia. So in talking about these massive Aussie nightmares, let's talk about a bird. A bird so big it couldn't fly, but it could easily trample you to death. The mirung, also known as the thunderbird, or better yet, the demon duck of doom, real name. These were part of a bizarre extinct group called Dromornithidae, flightless Australian birds that looked kind of like emus, but on steroids. But make no mistake, these things weren't just overgrown poultry. Some stood almost 10 feet tall and weighed over 1,100 pounds. That's heavier than a polar bear. They first evolved around 30 million years ago and stuck around until just a few tens of thousands of years ago. And yeah, humans probably saw them. In fact, there are Aboriginal rock carvings and fossil sites that show these birds walking the earth right alongside the earliest Aboriginals in Australia. Now, here's the weird part. Despite their terrifying size and reputation, most of these birds weren't even predators. Their beaks were enormous, some as long as your forearm, but they didn't have hook tips like eagles or talons like hawks. In fact, most scientists now believe they were herbivores, big, booming, plant-munching giants. Some probably grazed on the soft forest vegetation. Others might have been scavengers or possibly opportunistic omnivores. Either way, you didn't want to tick one of them off. And just because they didn't fly doesn't mean they were slow. Some researchers believe they could run surprisingly fast. Maybe not ostrich level speed, but still fast enough to outrun you, similar to a cassowary. So what killed them off? Climate change definitely played a part. Australia was drying out fast, as we talked about in this video, but the timing lines up a little too neatly with the arrival of humans. Controlled burns, farming, hunting pressure, and loss of habitat probably all added up to a perfect storm, and just like that, these walking relics of deep time disappeared, never to be seen again. Guys, Australia has some of the craziest extinct megafauna that ever roamed the planet, but what's even crazier is that there are big, impressive animals.
That's crazy as fuck. Anyways, not gonna lie. Oh shit, Channel 5 dropped. I was about to end stream. Fuck that. We got Channel 5.
It's very clear
Harvard University graduation protest.
which side of the line Harvard is on.
It's easily one of America's most anti-Semitic, hateful universities.
I live in China, so, you know.
I come from China.
The mood is not the greatest among the international students. I'm glad I'm leaving, but
I just love Channel 5, so.
What's up, guys? We're live in Cambridge, Mass. at Harvard University. A lot of people who are pissed off for a different variety of reasons. As y'all know, we're at Ground Zero, the place that Donald Trump calls the #1 hotbed for terrorism. They're grooming anti-Semitic Hamas sympathizers in this very soil, allegedly.
They're very anti-Semitic. Everybody knows they're anti-Semitic.
Anybody here on a student visa should adhere to the laws of the land. If you're here on a student visa, engaged in not merely bad, mean words, but violence, it's time to go back to mom and dad in Syria. It's a shameful institution. Taxpayers shouldn't have to subsidize it.
Harvard has been at the center of a cultural and political debate as Donald Trump has threatened to freeze all international students from enrolling in Harvard in the future as a sort of FU to the campus leadership for allowing anti-Semitic hate speech on campus, and also having so much frickin' DEI and making it hard for Caucasian geniuses and white South Africans to get into Harvard.
We have Americans that want to go there and to other places, and they can't go there because you have 31% foreign.
Trump is kind of doubling down on Harvard.
We spend more money on higher education than any other country. They're turning our students into communists.
He wants Harvard to cap the number of international students at 15%.
I believe in the rule of law, and I believe it is not being respected by the current administration.
It's just a shame what they're doing, trying to control academics in this manner. You can't deny international students access to education here in America, especially a private university.
If you're currently about to renew your visa, you're kind of screwed.
I wanted to come out and thank Harvard for their courage standing up to Trump. Trump announced, I guess it was like last week or the week before, Harvard can no longer have international students. The current international students on Harvard campus would all have to go home. Harvard said no. They got in front of a judge really fast. The judge basically said, no, you can't do that. You know, he wants to tell Harvard who they can and can't hire and who they can admit, and now he wants to tell them they can't have international students. And Harvard's like, no, and that takes courage.
There's also some protests happening on the outskirts and some Hare Krishna pamphlet advertising. We got a box truck rolling around with the faces of supposedly anti-Semitic students on it. Unfortunately, as you guys can see, the HarvardHatesJews.com domain has been taken. Pro-Palestine, Save the Children, Fuck Trump protests happening at the bus stop over there. So we're going to talk to a couple people of all creeds, and colors and figure out what the heck's going on at Harvard.
Yeah, so I'm Clive Lawrence. I'm a sophomore at Harvard College studying government, and I'm also a student organizer for various initiatives on campus.
And what's going on right now?
What's going on right now is basically over the past semester, Donald Trump has begun targeting higher education institutions, especially Harvard, revoked Harvard's ability to enroll international students, which is a huge blow to the Harvard community.
Harvard currently has around 27% international students.
Damn.
And as a result, he's saying that, we should send people back. They should not be studying here.
It's a big chunk of the school. I have friends who are from South Africa. I have friends from
back. They should not be studying here.
Your national students' legal status.
It's a big chunk of the school. I have
What the
friends who
fuck
are
was
from
all
South
the
Africa.
markers?
I have friends from Peru, and I think
Why
like
is there
it
so
just
many in
kind of
my
shows
state?
there is this wide breadth of like students from many different regions. It's been trending that way, I think, in the past few decades.
The numbers were increasing dramatically. International students are very important to the finances of Harvard. When you start to just talk about new people coming in next year, he's talking about present students, that they have to leave, that they have to go to another college.
What's the climate among international students?
We mostly try not to talk about it, even amongst ourselves, because it's just too distressing.
And more generally, he's also pursuing research cuts and things of that nature.
I mean, I'm definitely like, yeah, they should all be having their money seized for a lot of the shit they've done. But also there's so much research and money that goes into like medical research and those kinds of things that I feel like do need to have funding and do need to have a place.
It's really unnerving and created a lot of fear for students.
Anda, from Japan, had no criminal charges on his record, just 2 speeding tickets and a citation for catching 1 too many fish, his attorney says. The government gave Anda 15 days to leave the country.
What sparked Trump's fixation on
15
Harvard as enemy
days?
number one?
I would say like 2 things. First is the post October 7th anti-Semitism claim that's been at the university.
I think they're using the campus protests, which happened in the last year, as sort of a scapegoat to allow them to push that agenda.
Dozens of students walked out of class at Harvard University to stand in solidarity with Palestinians.
New protests last night at Columbia University against the war in Gaza.
The anti-Israel protests are getting louder. You can see how big the encampment has grown. It takes up most of the main lawn on campus.
I think the encampments were, in many ways, like they felt historic in a way.
lawn.
People really placed the fact that they were in a long line of movements, anti-war movements and civil rights movements in the 60s, anti-apartheid movements in the 90s. It felt very much like students were claiming ownership of what it means to be a university, but Harvard chose to restrict the rules of protest in order to prevent something like from happening again. On top of that, they also punished students who were in the encampment as well. They took names of students every single day to try and like punish them, and they did so. Luckily, they got rolled back last summer, but it was still like appalling.
So that was a trigger point for Trump to feel like Harvard is harboring terrorism or whatever. Like they're not following through with their punishment of the pro-Hamas sympathizers.
Basically, yeah, he's calling us pro-Hamas. We've been called terrorists and like sympathizers and all that stuff. It really isn't borne out by any data at all. Not only like at Harvard, but even generally, like the vast majority of pro-Palestinian protests have been peaceful. Many student groups have like organized and said like very clearly they're pursuing nonviolent action and just calling out the genocide in Gaza. It's not anti-Semitic to do so. And many Jewish students on this campus have also led like that protest movement. It's very clear that this is a multi-faith sort of coalition.
Also, as a Jewish person, this issue is particularly important to me, as I've seen the ways in which Jewish grief has been weaponized and Jewish safety has been co-opted to excuse this murder.
I think that people have really seen and latched onto Harvard as a place for radical extremist views, and I think Trump is embodying that sentiment in many ways and really pushing the university to like restrict student speech, to punish students for political views, things like that. It's really not great at all.
They've fired faculty that have been teaching courses related to Palestine. When their students are doxxed by some of the people that come around today, they take pictures.
How the fuck does that course help you?
They put them up on these big trucks. They drive them around to their neighborhood. Does Harvard do anything to protect those students?
I was one of the students who was doxxed after October 7th. There was like a student letter that 34 student organizations signed, and that ended up causing a huge like global kind of uproar, and there were trucks and names and stuff leaked to the public in terms of who signed them.
Yeah, so was your face on the truck?
My face was not on the truck, my name was.
Did that lead to any kind of harassment?
Yeah, I've gotten a lot of like emails, messages, people kind of like looking at me weirdly on the street. Whenever I wore Thea, like people have sort of like tried to talk to me and stuff. Oh, my name's right there.
Oh, no way.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah.
You're one of Harvard's leading anti-Semites?
I wouldn't say that at all.
Other universities have taken minor steps to hold anti-Semites accountable. Here at Harvard, two of the most violent kids who got 80 hours of community service for their actions were rewarded by the university.
What?
There's no reason to give prestigious fellowships to a student who allegedly assaulted his fellow student and got community service. You shouldn't be rewarding anti-Semites. It's easily one of America's most anti-Semitic, hateful universities, and whereas many of the students here have apologized for their actions, 5 of the students graduating today have never apologized for what they've done.
What's up, people? Let's take a quick break from the protests to see how the media has been covering Trump's war story under and to get back here according to
trying to stop genocide.
So you don't think that opposing Israel is anti-Semitic?
No, I don't think it is.
Trying to stop genocide is not anti-Semitism. Harvard uses anti-Semitism to keep its students in line and to make sure that the uprising of students, which was so important last year, didn't happen again.
Palestine is very inconvenient for Harvard in many ways to talk about because it exposes some of the contradictions in the university, I would say.
Once you get in trouble here for opposing genocide, future job opportunities are going to be limited because the people on the board of Harvard are connected to every other major employer and institution in the state.
So it's creating a footprint for you that's going to have you run into roadblocks later in your career path.
It does, and people think of that, you know, because they're paying off these student loans, and they want to make sure that they have a secure future. Now, some people say genocide is more important than that. To them, we really appreciate it.
But I do think there is this.
All right, I'm not gonna lie. I done got all the information I needed for this video. I figured out what the fuck they was talking about. We'll watch this tomorrow. I'm very fucking tired. I appreciate y'all for pulling up. I'll catch you guys next time. Have a good rest of y'all nights. I'll see y'all probably I'll probably see y'all about like 9:30 Eastern tomorrow. 9:45, maybe like 9:30. I'll probably see y'all.